So I'm going to be running through the checklist as we actually go inside the airplane and prepare ourselves. And if you've noticed, the simulation is really quite realistic in the sense that now that we're inside the plane, the sounds have gone down a bit. But then as we start the engines, the sound's going to be going up again. Hopefully you can continue hearing me. Hearing my voice. So the first thing that we're going to do on the checklist is make sure that the airplane has its parking brakes on. So this is the parking brake right here. I control it through this outside controller that I have here, but you can see that in the simulation it's actually applying it. We also want to make sure that the engine throttle is set to idle, right? So that when we start the engines, we're not going to start revving them up by accident. Also, now that the airplane is not ready, we need to make sure that the fuel cutoffs are indeed in the cutoff mode, which we just checked. Next, we're going to go ahead and turn on the battery switch. So while the aircraft is on the ground and it does not have the engines on, we need a power source. So I'm just going to stretch and go ahead and turn on battery number 1 right here and battery number 2. So this is the overhead panel. We're going to talk a lot about this panel because there's some really important components of the airplanes that we find on this in this overhead panel. But let me just make sure we're going to turn on some panel lights, yes, because it's a little bit dark in here. We want to be able to have better visibility, so we can do that a few places. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead here and turn up the lights for the system, and then there you go. So now we have plenty of lights. We can clearly see everything that we need to be looking at. So now we're back at the overhead. There's a couple of more things on our checklist that we need to do. We need to check and make sure that the gear lever is down, right? When it's on the ground, it actually would allow you to put it up or down just to check without, of course, removing the gears from their fully extended position. But you want to make sure that it's actually set to down. So that's one of the checks. We said check. We check the gear lever.